Hello, my name is Fred Schussel, and I'm a full-time practicing urologist in Atlanta, Georgia. By now, you know that the Democrats have passed Obamacare, perhaps the worst piece of legislation since the Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798. You've also had plenty of time to hear from legislators, pundits, talking heads, and the President about the costs, both financial and personal, of this bill. What I would like to do today is to tell you about what this law means to real doctors and real patients in real life. As a doctor, the worst provision of this law is that it gives the power of medical decision-making to the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You can look at pages 148 and 149 of the Senate bill to see what I'm talking about. In essence, Kathleen Sebelius, the Secretary of HHS, is empowered to decide the diagnosis and treatment of every medical condition. Now, I spent 10 years in postgraduate training and the last 30 years of my life learning how to take care of you. She went to law school and is a government bureaucrat. It angers me and frightens me that she will be determining your care by law, not by good medicine. Let me give you an example. I recently saw a 75-year-old man with prostate cancer. He's in good overall health, and his parents both lived into their 90s. I was able to offer him treatment options including watching and waiting, robotic surgery, radiation therapy, freezing, and treatment with high-frequency ultrasound. But under government-imposed medicine, he would not have the option of any treatment at all. Why? Because the cost-benefit analysis would not be in his favor. Given his age, the cost of treatment over his expected lifetime would not justify treatment. Is that a decision that should be between the patient and me, or should it be dictated by a government bean counter? I know the patient, his family, and I think that the government has no place in my consultation room. If you are a senior, Obamacare will make it difficult or impossible for you to find a doctor. Medicare already pays me less than it costs me to see you. The only way I can do it now is I can cost shift to the privately insured. But Obamacare will cut $500 billion from Medicare. As an example, Medicare reimbursement will go down 21% starting today. At this point, I cannot afford to see Medicare patients anymore. Most other doctors face the same problem. For seniors, Obamacare means no care. You may well ask, what can we do about it now that Obamacare is law? Our hope is that we can eventually repeal this law and replace it with responsible health care reform. To do that, we need a new Congress this November, and we need a new president in 2012. We need to remember who voted for this bill so that we can vote them out of office when we get the chance. While I personally am not partisan, it is important to remember that it was Democrats and only Democrats that passed this bill, that manipulated the rules of Congress to ram this bill down our throats, and that bowed to the pressure of their party leaders to socialize American medicine. We need to hold all of them accountable. We need to keep writing, emailing, and calling our members of Congress and the President so they know we will not forget. Many of the changes do not take place until 2014, so if we pull together, we can reverse things before they get too bad. Let's remember, this fight is just beginning. Together, we can make the difference.